So I recently came across this video from K9Aversion, now calling herself the Defenders of Humans and the Natural World. I'm just going to say how hypocritical and ironic that title is. I'm going to just a heads up, I'm going to keep calling her K9Aversion. But the title itself is called True Faith in a Dog-Free Future. And I want to point out, the thumbnail for this video is the image of Joel for The Last of Us Part 2. So a lot of us could probably take in consideration that she's going to try to make some delusional comparison to her beliefs of dogs being all evil to dogs' portrayal in video games. Kind of reminds me of other situations where she's tried to attack, dogs in media and come up with some very, very outlandish reasons of why they're not okay.
Have you ever heard a song that gave you goosebumps, shivers, a song that resonated with you so much that it made you cry? I heard such a song this morning. It doesn't happen very often, but I listened to the song about a dozen times, and I'm just so moved by it. I had to share this with you.
Lady, no offense, but we already know the song that you like to listen to.
I smell job. You're ugly.
Yeah, I just want to get that one out of the way. Also, just a heads up, I'm not showing the video footage of her video because, let's face it, with people false claiming people's videos and abusing the copyright system, I don't want to give her the excuse. So I'm going to, basically not use her video because I don't want her to be a coward and freaking claim my video for just talking about what she has to say.
Because if this channel could have a theme song, this would be it.
So the song in question that she is talking about is the song True Faith by Lodi Kressner. I'm hoping I pronounced that correctly. And although it's a beautiful song, no offense, I feel would be wasted on K9Aversion's channel. Plus, I'm pretty sure her videos would be copyright claimed for even using the track. So, there's that.
It is so hauntingly beautiful. And it's also the imagery and the story that touches me. This is a song from a trailer for a video game that's being released very soon called The Last of Us Part 2. In the first Last of Us game, which was developed by Naughty Dog, how ironic.
So, I hate to be that guy, but I think we need to do a little bit of fact-checking for a second. So, first off, especially since, when it comes to your videos, K9Aversion, half the time, or at least not half the time, 90% of the time, you don't get the full info. Lottie Kessner, her track, True Faith, or their track, sorry, has been around for a little bit. Naughty Dog recently copied the song and did not credit Lottie Kressner. So what you were listening to was the original version, but it wasn't the song that they used, or at least not that variation. It's actually a different one that they made for the trailer. So get your facts straight. And by the way, since you kind of scoffed at the name for Naughty Dog, don't turn into the Bible thumping lady that was trying to find symbolism of the devil being in the Monster Energy drink, Naughty Dog is just a company name. And as a company, a gaming company, they can call themselves whatever they want. It's kind of stupid to scoff at somebody's company name. Get over yourself.
We saw events unfold which are very similar to the events unfolding on this YouTube channel.
Sure, lady.
A girl called Ellie is infected with a mind-controlling parasite, but she has immunity to it.
Okay, I see the correlation she's trying to make. Okay, let's be honest here. Between your imaginary dog parasite mind-controlling thing compared to cordyceps, a real phenomenon in our lives that infects insects and forces them to infect other insects, one is based off a real phenomenon and the other is based off something that you probably made up in your head. And at this point, you are so full of yourself that you are doubling down because you don't want to be told or tell everybody that you are wrong about what you say. Which, again, when it comes to a lot of the things you say on your channel, 90% of the time. At least, when it comes to certain animals that you discuss.
These people that they are fighting are infected with this mutated strain of the cordyceps fungus. In other words, they're fighting zombies. Now, I have made the comparison between dog worshippers and zombies numerous times on this channel.
Yeah, and unfortunately, every time you make this assumption about these imaginary mind-controlling parasites that come from dogs, you have proven, or have been proven, time and time again to be wrong! Not to mention any quote-unquote factual information that you supposedly give in your videos or link in your videos have been biased garbage. Now, for those who are curious and don't want to listen to this lady rambling on, they could do a quick Google search to determine, the answers for themselves. Now, when it comes to parasites that can infect people that come from dogs, but I'm going to point out that they come from other animals as well. You have, freaking parasites like tapeworms, flukes, and roundworms. Again, not just coming from dogs, but various other animals that you could come in contact with. In fact, going further, because I should probably mention it, one in particular, the tapeworm, or K9Aversion, if I pronounce that correctly, when it affects, animals and people, an adult worm may grow to more than 2 inches in diameter and cause increased pressure on the brain, which results in loss of muscle control, blindness, head tilting, stumbling, and paralysis. Not the urge to infect other people like the cordyceps.
And in fact, I made a video where I talked about the cordyceps fungus and other mind-controlling parasites which cause animals to engage in dangerous, risky behaviors, not unlike the behaviors of dog worshippers when they choose to introduce predatory carnivores into their homes and communities.
Yeah, no offense, I'd rather have a dog as company than the lady trying to wield a machete at her neighbor's dogs for the belief of, all dogs are evil. By the way, since you're throwing shade at the communities that have talked against you and various other people who have given their irrational thought process about dogs, I think I should point out the fact about you and many others being hypocrites, about you guys being very, what's the word, gentle community, people who care about humans, when you have people like Rational Thinker now calling himself the defender of humans, and I hate dogs, dog lovers, and mentally ill, 2 members of your community, I'm pretty sure there are more, that make death threats, tell people to kill themselves. On occasion, when it comes to videos, brandish weapons telling who they want to harm. Not to mention the fact that several of them were promoting serial killers and mass shooters, defending their actions. I'm sorry, but to make it seem like that your community is better than the people that you are against, well, that just seems hypocritical with, the people that are in yours.
And I talked about Toxoplasmosis, which is a parasite in cats that can infect humans and causes changes to the human mind. There seems to be a link between toxoplasmosis and the tendency towards engaging in dangerous, risky behaviors.
Okay, I have to stop you right there because doing a quick Google search, toxoplasmosis is a disease that results from infection with the Toxoplasma parasite, one of the world's most common parasites. Infection usually occurs by eating uncooked, contaminated meats, exposure from infected cat feces, or mother-to-child transmission during pregnancy. Toxoplasmosis may cause flu-like symptoms in some people, but most people affected never develop signs and symptoms. For infants born to infected mothers and for people with weakened immune systems, toxoplasmosis may cause serious complications. If you're generally healthy, not pregnant, and have been diagnosed with toxoplasmosis, you probably won't need any treatment other than conservative management. If you're pregnant or have lowered immunity, you may need medical management to avoid severe complications. The best approach, though, is prevention. Here's the link as well, in case you guys are curious. Now, some of the symptoms that they do end up kind of noting on when it comes to this phenomenon or toxoplasmosis, which is body aches, swollen lymph nodes, headache, fever, fatigue, and for those who have a weakened immune system, may suffer from headache, confusion, poor coordination, seizures, lung problems, and blurred vision. Nothing about people being mind controlled as this lady wants to make it out to be. So, for everybody who wants a little bit of honesty from this individual that makes outlandish claims on her content,
why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
And it affects mood, it affects people's minds. So people have called me crazy.
just so we're fair, you said it, not me.
And I know many people think it's very far-fetched to postulate that there is a similar parasite that is as yet undiscovered, that is affecting the minds of dog people. But I'm sure at one point in time it was considered far-fetched for people to postulate that the Earth was round or that it revolved around the sun. And those people were attacked and ridiculed and whatever.
This guy is fucking stupid!
This girl in the video game, Ellie, she faces some very crazy stuff. A lot of violence, a lot of horror. And that is what I'm up against every day. Every single day, I feel that I am fighting zombies.
Okay, I have to stop you because this is just laughable. And I'm going to defend freaking The Last of Us as a whole. Because at this point, what this lady is saying, because I'm gonna stop it here. Because this is what she's trying to do. She's trying to compare her illogical, unethical, slanderous crusade. She wants to compare herself to Ellie, the main hero of The Last of Us. Ellie and Joel, anyway, the characters that fight zombies, claiming that people who are against her are zombies, and that she is the person who is trying to protect the world from the zombie menace. Okay, no. Again, you can't compare yourself. Don't compare your delusional, unethical crusade of a menace that doesn't exist to a game that is The Last of Us. In fact, if you really wanted to pick an example of, video games a comparison to yourself with video games, I have to ask, do you guys remember the crazy lady, the athlete lady from GTA 5?
I don't care what you say. Shut your mouth. Shut it. Shut. Just keep it shut. Oh, you know full well exactly what you didn't say. It's no good. Well, you can be surrounded by your young girls and your threesomes and your parties, and you will be miserable. You could have had it all with me. A beige condo, matching woolen sweaters, walks on the beach, a little dog we lavish too much attention on because I'm too scared of getting fat to get pregnant. Everything. Well, fuck you. And I don't care that we just met last week, all right? Just stop looking at me. Don't look at me. Say something. Oh, I wish you were dead. I really do.
Oh, I love you!
Yeah, I think that's a good comparison to K9Aversion, since, let's face it, irrational behavior, prone to insults when offended, and occasionally attracts a lot of the crazies. Hello everyone, thank you for stopping by to check out this video. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, as well as follow us on social media. Links are in the description. Check out gaming content from MJ, Aden, and Magi, as well as our daily content on the YouTube channel. Follow us on our podcast, which is 6 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays. From everybody of Novakast, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video.